Hello, everybody. This is Hollis, Harvard, Barnhart, sitting here with my partner, Zack, Cimini, and actually coming off a pretty good week last week for the most part. Let's talk a little bit about the 10-star plays. We had two 10-star plays last week, Zack,
Yep.
and on Saturday, Indiana, man, I tell you what, they were in that game the entire game and lost by just a couple points over the spread. But we did have Cincinnati over Houston, and that was a very close game. So then we came back with Dallas and lost in overtime. So if you were with us, you know what? The bottom line is you had one winner and two losers, so we netted one out on the loss column there. So 17-5 right now, which is, I believe, 83 or 73% on our 10 stars. And overall, though, we hit 2 out of 3 on Sunday, so that brings up our 3 for the money totals: 40 wins, 22 losses, and 2 ties. So pretty much around 67%. This week, we have that big play, the high roller, granddaddy of them all, the game of the year, and it comes with a guarantee. The underdog is going to be a nice underdog, and it must win outright, or you're going to get our NFL 3-pack absolutely free. And there's also going to be a free college hoops play. There's a ton of games starting Friday and Saturday, and the lines are very soft, and I think you're really going to love that. But this high roller game of the year is the one and only, the granddaddy of them all, so make sure that you click on to the purchase, and it'll be, just a easy win. Just click and win, bet and collect. That's all you have to do. So why don't we start with the New England? They're favored by 7.5, and they're going to be playing in New York in the afternoon game. The offensive line for New England, that's what is so amazing with this Tom Brady. This guy, it doesn't matter who it is. He's got a new center. He's got new tackles playing in the guard position, and guards playing that are supposed to be on the left side playing on the right side. And Dion Lewis is out this week. And for the year. Yep. And what did he do last week? Brady was 26 of 39, 300 yards with 2 touchdowns. I mean, this guy, I'm telling you, this man is on a mission, and whatever he's buying in, the whole team is buying in. He should increase those figures because he's going to go play with against the New York Giants that has no defense. And I'll tell you what, I think they have a conditioning problem in that particular place. In November, they're 15, 34, and 3 against the spread. A lot of people want to know why. Well, I think it's a lot about conditioning. It's a lot about hearing Tom McLaughlin. His message is old and stale by then, but they're just not getting it done. I think you probably is going to come close to the true point spread value as you'll ever see with this particular game. There's a ton of New York bettors, so you can't jack up the line on New England too much. If you look at the matrix on the offenses versus defense for this game, for New England, their offense versus New York's defense, clearly New England has a huge advantage. I mean, just bet the over on New York every game, and you're probably going to win. They just give up tons of yardage and tons of points. And then if you reverse it and look at the New York Giants offense versus New England's defense, even then, let's say it's a tie. Well, there's so much offense for the New England. You got to lay the 7.5. Special teams. The guy that kicks the field goals, he's number 1 in the NFL. You got to give all that to New England. So it looks like New England clearly is my play to lay 7.5. I mean, I'm not a proponent of laying points on the road. You know what they say, when a dog lays on a road, he might get run over. Well, when a favorite lays on a road like this, my gosh, it's incredible. So, how do you see this game coming down?
Well, we talked about this earlier in the week, how the perception once you get to mid-season is, for undefeated teams, is, well, Carolina's got to lose this week. Well, Cincinnati's got to lose this week. Well, New England's got to lose this week.
Nobody has to lose.
Nobody has to lose. That's the way the betting world works, because it's been in years past that teams cannot last this long. So this year's been an odd year because teams are undefeated like this, and you have teams that are staying away from injuries like the Patriots. I mean, Dion Lewis he blew out his knee or whatever. But let's be honest, they signed him for veteran minimum. Got lucky when they pulled him off waivers from Philadelphia, and they got the bang for the value out of him. But they still have LeGarrette Blount, they still have Bolden, they still have White, so they still have backs that they had from years past that are going to be in there. And offensively, they're the same juggernaut they've been. And you mentioned it with the Giants. They're giving up points. They had a bad loss to the Saints. They could have lost to the Cowboys with Matt Castle there. And other bad close losses. I mean, Tom Coughlin's had historic losses this year when they melt down late. So, I mean, New England's just a better team right now. And I'm not going to go against them, even though they had that theme of not playing well against the Giants, Super Bowl losses, etc. I'm not going to go against them, so I'll back the Patriots.
Well, I don't blame you there. So let's move over to the Sunday night NBC game. NBC TV, Arizona's playing Seattle. And right now, I'll tell you what, they have the wrong team favored. Right from the start, I'm going to tell you the point spread is 3, but as far as my conversation is going, I don't even want the 3. I want the plus 155. What that means is I can put up $1,000 to win $1,550, or I can put up $100 to win $150. That's what the money line is. Arizona, they're in double revenge. They went 0-2 against Seattle last year. Chris Johnson, I think he's giving Carson Palmer the great look that he needs. They're now 4th in passing, 2nd in points at 33 points per game. The defense, they're one of the few teams that's probably a top 5 average on both offense and defense. They're number 5 overall against the run, the pass, the points allowed. When you turn it around and they're playing against someone like Seattle, the first thing I look for is how did they win before? I mean, it used to be fun to win up there in Seattle. You had the 12th man up there, the crowd going. But right now, with no offensive line, you just can't get Russell Wilson to do anything. He's very mediocre. The offensive line, I would rate them probably a D. He's getting sacked. He doesn't have a lot of time. When you're running Marshawn Lynch, he'll run right at you at 3.6 yards per carry, which is not going to get it done against a team that is in the top, I believe they're number 4 or 5 against the run, Arizona. You're not going to get it done there. Arizona's offense versus Seattle's defense, clearly, well, not clearly, but let's just say a little lean towards Arizona. But Seattle's offense is almost non-existent. And when they're going against number 5 in the country or NFL's defense, I believe that Arizona Cardinals are far superior when it comes down to that. Arizona is going to be a low-scoring game. It's supposed to get about 5 inches of rain that day, Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure how it goes, but a huge storm coming through there. And I look for just anybody who, even if it comes down to who scores last, the worst you're going to do is get a tie, but I'm looking for an easy cover, an easy win, a straight up. You just got the best team. Arizona's clearly a much better team than Seattle.
For me, we also talked about this game earlier in the week, and I think it's just hard for me to see value on either side. I think this one's one of those games where, you know how they say, don't go into Sunday night without a true wager, and I think that's the case here because the odds makers did a great job with this one. I know in the last 3 or 4 matchups, they had that Sunday night game last year where Seattle went against the Arizona Cardinals backup. I forgot the name of them. Seattle steamrolled them. Then you had the year prior where Carson Palmer got the win late in December on the road against Seattle's double-digit underdogs. So those were value spots. This one here, you've got both teams, or Arizona coming off a bye. Seattle is in a must-win situation with Arizona in control of the division. So it's very hard for me to find value on a 3-point spread versus the last 2 games where it was very inflated on Seattle's side.
Well, can we at least give you a lean towards Arizona so we can have...
Let's find some in-game
on
value.
the in-game, because you know what? 2 heads are better than 1, and it looks like we've agreed with New England for sure, and then maybe a little bit of lean for 2 heads are on the Arizona side. You're clearly not on Seattle's side, I don't think.
No.
But your best side to be on is probably our high roller game of the year. Like I said, it's the one and only. It's the granddaddy of them all. There's going to be a free basketball play. It comes with that guarantee. It's going to be an underdog, and it must win outright. Forget the point spread. It must win outright on Saturday, or the 3-pack will be waiting for you on Sunday, emailed to your current address. So anyway, your best bet is to wave goodbye to Zack, and we'll see you next week. and have a happy and lucky football and basketball weekend.